I'm proud to say that I feel I'm a better Bach player than 10 years ago, partly because of the work I've done on Baroque cello with Ton Koopman and learned from Jaap de Linden, who was the principal cello of the Amsterdam Baroque Orchestra, and the techniques that as you go further back in history, they become closer to what Kehan Kalhor might be playing on the kemanche, or someone else might be playing on the erhu, Betty Xiang, and so what that does is that it gives me many more options on how to play, for example, the half steps in the saraband. It could be less piano intonation, or very close chromatic half steps, to wider ones, which you can explore expressive intonation in a different way. You can express rhythmic grooves in a slightly different way, knowing that, like for example, someone like Sandeep Das is absolutely, totally accurate in parsing out time. But as you go further away from the center of, let's say, Persian music, and you go to Azeri music, the grooves get wider, just as they do in classical music, and then you can see it in jazz, you can see it in Brazilian music, which is different from jazz. So basically, your awareness of time and pulse has just many more ways of expressing a kind of rhythmic truth, and there's an intervallic truth. There is there's location truth. So if you say the saraband comes from 4 different places, you could give hints of what those 4 different places might be, from North Africa to Spain to France to Germany. And I think that allows and the improvisatory freedom of a lot of other types of music allows me to feel that I think the greatest difference is that in classical music, we're somewhat obsessed with perfection. You must get this right. And I realized many years ago that there's a difference between perfection and expression. You could be perfect and be dead. And in other words, you can have something that's absolutely perfect, but it may stop expressing something. And so somehow trying to find those twin values and find a good equilibrium between the two requires me, let's say, when I'm playing a classical piece, to actually try to be more like a traditional musician, where a traditional musician never gets nervous. Because whatever you do is, you're in the state of mind and you know what you're doing. You just are, like Winnie the Pooh, right? And what I try to do when I play Bach is to say, okay, if I mess up, it's all fine, because there's something that's more important that needs to be expressed. So it doesn't matter. It's not about mistakes or perfection. It's just about being in the state of mind that is possibly the right state of mind for that piece of music.